Okay, today our guest speaker will talk about the corporate social responsibility in oil company in the Peruvian Amazon. So, of course, all of us are familiar with the Amazon that have piranha, right? Piranha, and also in the Amazon it has pink dolphin. Pink dolphin.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, pink dolphin in
Anaconda.
Anaconda. Yeah.
Anaconda.
It also has anaconda and then pink dolphins and also like piranha. Piranha. Firstly, I call piranha is like piranha, but then Anna say me it's not piranha but piranha. Piranha. So right now we have to be like Spanish how to speak piranha is not piranha, piranha. Okay. Okay. So for you guys, if you have any question about the Peru and then about the Amazon and anything else that related about our topic corporate social responsibility in Peru, maybe you can ask more to Ana Maria. And before that, we have to listen about our topic about the corporate social responsibility in oil companies. So for Ana Maria, please. So they want to stay here or over there?
Here is okay, I think. Okay, if I move my voice. Hi everyone.
Hi.
I feel like I'm at home. I know everyone. So today I'm going to talk about corporate social responsibility according to my experience. I'm going to talk about this topic. I work in. Can you listen to me?
Yeah.
I worked for an oil company during 3 years and a half in the jungle. So I'm going to share a little bit about my experience there. Yeah, so here I have some pictures. But first, I would like to have a test. So let's go to Kahoot. All of you go to Kahoot.
Okay.
Let's all of us open the Kahoot.
All.
Open
Kahoot.
I didn't bring my phone.
Oh, 4 people. Wait.
Okay.
4 people. Kahoot. Let's play again.
Ayo, Pak.
Let's
Tunggu,
play.
Pak. Iya kan? Aku juga inget-inget.
Kahoot. Wait.
Okay.
What is the pin, Anna?
Pin.
Pin.
Okay.
There is a pin.
Yeay, ada. 1 Jun. Kenalan, Pak.
108. Okay. Just few questions for you.
Yeah, okay. How about the other?
The other, ready?
Not yet.
Not yet. Serdani. Pak, ayo, Pak.
Apa?
Kahoot, Pak.
Oh.
Wait, Anna. Kahoot.it, Pak.
Okay.
Itu, Pak. Pinnya itu 40132.
Where is Aditya?
Oh, Aditya.
Where is Aditya here?
Terus masukkan nama.
Yeah.
habis itu.
Where is Dia? Here.
Rainer.
Someone is recording. Play with me.
Just few questions for you.
Okay.
Done?
Okay.
Metro. Me. Where is Peru?
Oh, I know.
For sure.
South Africa. Obviously, Peru is in South America.
Yeah.
Peru is famous for.
Apa namanya Ustaz? Apa aja? Oh, I know.
We have Machu Picchu and the Amazon River. Okay, Mayas. What is Mayas? No, it's like an ancient times, like Machu Picchu, but in Mexico.
Oh.
Okay. Three main regions. How about the environment? Wow, we have yes, we have coast, highlands, and rainforests. Who's first now? CSR means corporate service responsibility, corporate sustainable responsibility, corporate social responsibility. Very good.
Whoa.
And the last question. No, five. Number five. True, of course. I will show you how.
Masih belajar nih.
Udah, Pak.
What is the ISO for CSR? Which one is for CSR? Okay, ISO 9001 for what? Quality. ISO 40,001 for what? For what?
Environmental.
Environmental. And ISO 451 is for what? Occupational healthy. Okay.
Sakti, Pak, ya?
So who is the first one? Okay, so we'll start with telling a little bit about my country. Sorry, I don't understand. Oh yes. So Peru as a mega diverse country. So Peru is not in North America. It's not in Central America. Central America is here, Mexico, Haiti, and Peru is in South America. And we have our neighbors, right? Chile, Bolivia, Brazil, Ecuador, Colombia. So, and this is our national flag. And we have this famous one. So we can see here the three regions. This is the first, the coast. We have here Pacific Ocean. And this brown part is the highlands. So we have altitude here, and Machu Picchu is by this way, and it's over 3,000 meters above the sea. And this is the rainforest part. So we have here the Amazon River. So Mona was asking me, can you swim in the Amazon River? Yes, but if you are really, really on shape, you can. But apparently it's calm, but it's very, very dangerous to swim there. Not for the animal, because of the, it's very strong, the river can take you very, very fast. And we have a lot of biodiversity here in the Amazon River. So here is the pink dolphin, and the jaguar, and some other animals. Is one of the places that have more biodiversity, not only in respect to the animals, but also in plants, several kinds of plants. At the same time, we have some communities of groups of people, right? This is the way that they dress in their daily lives. Can you see? Can you see? Yes. So this is Boras, Yagas, Ramurarinas, Aguajum. So each one of these tribes have their own language, their own dialect. We cannot understand if we talk with them easily. And at the same time, we have these kind of people, the uncontacted people. So do you know what are they? Have you ever heard about them? Uncontacted people? These people they are not living in the same place. They are moving from one place to another place. So they live deep in the jungle, in the deep. So it is their decision to stay outside. They don't have touch with people. They can die easily because they didn't develop their immune system. For example, if we have a flu or other illness, we go together, we can get closer together and we transmit. They can die because of that. They never have any illness like we have. How many flu did you get in your whole your life? In my case, a lot. But I was creating immunity system during this process. But they don't have, and they have their own dialect as well, and they are very vulnerable. So they are aggressive sometimes. Some people, they cannot reach them because they can kill you. They think all of them are their enemies sometimes. So now let's talk about corporate social responsibility. And I have something here. The responsibility of an organization for impact in its decision and activities on society and the environment through transparency and ethical behavior that contribute to sustainable development, including health and welfare of society, takes into account the expectation of stakeholders. I would like to ask you, what is the stakeholders? What is the stakeholders? Do you have an idea? Can you share with us? Have you ever?
Government, maybe?
Government? Yeah, part of it. What more? What do you think is stakeholders? What do you think are they? Is this part of the company or not?
Depends.
Let's see. Stakeholders are all of these actors for the company that can have a direct and indirect impact for the company in their actions. We're going to see later in how they are divided, and is consistent with international norms of behavior and is integrated throughout the organization and practices in its relationship. So, corporate social responsibility, this implies the willing inclusion by business of social and environmental concerns in commercial or economic activities and the relation with its stakeholders. CSR correlates with the social and environmental dimension of sustainable development, as defined as the model of triple bottom line: economic, environment, and social. So I would like to start here by saying some norms for the CSR, which is the ISO 26000, explaining what are these stakeholders and the model of the triple bottom line for corporate social responsibility. Here we have the core of social responsibility, core subjects. So we have here, I will show you that this is the social responsibility or the company. And we have labor practices, the environment, fair operating practices, consumer issues that relate between the company and their consumers, and the development of the community and society which are around of the company, and the organization, government, and human rights. I won't talk a lot about this, each one of their issues, the topics, but I would like to focus just on 3 of them while I'm doing the presentation. So here we have the stakeholders to have an idea. So each organization has their own stakeholders. We have here the core, the managers, the owner of the company. So we have direct, the employees, collaborators, strategic partners, suppliers, customers, and the company can have a direct relationship with them. And then they have a direct, like Denny mentioned, public authorities, government, local communities, and press, media, interest group, association, and organizations. So they have to interrelate, the company have to interrelate between each of them. And we have here the ideal scenario. So this corporate social responsibility goes, the goal of this is to reach the sustainable development. And the sustainable development, we have these 3 important actors: the environment, like a viable natural environment, the social, and the economic. But it was always like this. Do we reach this level or not? What do you think? Are we following this in every company or not? Do you think so? It was like that in the past, or how it was? I have an idea how it was in my place where I come from. In the past, it was like this. This is the economy, because the goal for each company, what is the goal for each company? Profit, right? To make money. Otherwise, it wouldn't be like. And this is the social part inside of the company and outside of the company. And this is the environmental issue. I will show you here, in the case of oil companies, how it was in the 60s or 70s. There was no concern of social norms or issues. So what do they do? You know, when they extract oil, it's not just like we see in the cartoons. In the cartoons, just the oil goes out and they go like this, and you can see the cartoons taking a shower with the oil. No, it's not like that. The oil is very, very deep under the ground, and they have to put like, how can I say that? They have to put like some towels there, and they have to make deep, very, very deep to extract the petroleum, the oil. But when they do that, it's not just oil who comes. It's rocks and it's water, produced water. So what do? This produced water is very, very hot. It's all more than 150 Celsius. The water is very, very hot. So what do they have to do? They have to separate the oil and the water, produced water. And in the past, there is no concern about anything related to the environment. And what do? What is the easy way to get rid of the water? What do you think? What do they do? I want to get rid of the water. What do I have to do? They throw it where? In the river. So the water with some residues of oil, they went into the river. And you know, very, very hot water. So this situation made that no more resources of fish, for example, fish or other animals into the river. And at the same time, we have like this picture. This picture, this is a hand, and this is holding a stick. And over the surface of the water, we have a thick layer of oil. Can you see? This is a thick layer of oil. So during the time, by doing this for many years, we got this. So no more biodiversity in this area. And this is not affecting just only animals or plants, or it is affecting just people at the same time, because you know, people that they live next, usually communities, where are they located? They are located next to the river, because they take the river, the water, to take a shower, to cook, to do everything that they need. So people cannot drink, people cannot use this water to their daily life. And here we can see another picture where this is the river, and they have this thick layer of oil on it, and it is forming. But this is at the age in the 50s and 70s. No concern that time. And how it is now? No, how it is now? How it works now? So this is Peru. The project that I was working was here, almost in the north of Peru, almost next to Ecuador here. So there were two places, the blocks 67, and they have this in these three areas. I will explain in these labor practices and the environment and the development of community and society. For example, in the environment, how was working now? Because the government, more and more, we can feel the presence of the government in that places. In the environment, you know, yes, in the past, to extract oil, apart that there was no concern related to the environment, at the same time, we didn't have technology. So every time that they find oil into the ground, because the first step to get oil is to have the exploration part. It takes 1 to 3 years. They go into the place and they put like little bombs under the ground, and the geologists can find where are the reservoirs of oil. So they go there, later on, they go there, and they verify that there is a reservoir of oil. But in the past, what do? They go, they put a towel, you know, they have to put in an area. They have to put all of the trees in an area, and they have to put the towel, and they have to dig, and to know if really it's a reservoir of oil. Because sometimes it's just gas, or sometimes it's gas and oil, or sometimes it's just oil. So if they find, it was okay. But if they don't find, they were looking for oil and they would just found just gas. Oh, what do they have to do? They have to go to another place, again, cut another area of the jungle, and then again pull the tower and so on until they can find oil. But nowadays we have these techniques like horizontal extraction. So they don't have to go to every place to do it in a vertical way. They have to just go to one place and take extraction in an horizontal way. So they don't have to make every place, they don't have to do the same. So this makes, this tries to avoid to make this of making like deforestation in every place of the block of the oil company. One other thing that they do is this, is reinjection. in the past, as I told you, the water, produced water, it was not rejected under the ground again. But nowadays, because it's compulsory, so the laws say that they have to reject yes or yes. So they take the produced water and they reinject into the environment, into the layers deep under the ground. Here I have an example of a real basement of oil company. So we can see here the towels, and everything is surrounded by the nature. How it works related to wildlife, you know, but at the same time, they don't have just one camp. They have probably 2 or 3 at the same time. This is, for example, here they can produce the oil, but they have some camps here and another camp here. The camp here could it be to put all of this stuff that they have a lot of materials to use for the extraction of the oil. So they have to put in one place everything to take it. So they have like 1 or 2 camps at the same time. So sometimes they have this like a road in the middle of the jungle. And you know, people from communities, what do they eat? What do you think that they eat? They eat whatever they can find in the communities, right? If they can find fish, they eat fish. If they can find wildlife, like this kind of chabaca, I think is the animal. So they see, oh, this is delicious, we can take it. But you know something? Inside, once they are working for the company and they are inside of the base, they cannot take anything inside. Oh, they are looking, they are going just this delicious animal to eat. No, they cannot kill them and eat in base. They cannot do that. Oh, this is a tall, very, very tall tree. If I cut and then if I sell it, they can give me big price for that. No, they cannot eat anything. Oh, I'm next to the river, I'm going to take the fish, there is a big fish there. No, they cannot take. Inside of this block, they cannot take. Otherwise, the company can receive punishment. So people that they work in the base, they eat imported food from other places, but not from that places. This is how it survives. So they respect the wildlife. Here, how we see, there is like, how can I say that? What is the word in English?
Trace.
Trace? Yeah, trace. This is the trace of the jaguar. So they don't kill them. You know, jaguar in my country is an extinction. Almost. It's an endangered.
Endangered species.
Extinct.
So they cannot kill them because the fur of the animal is very, very expensive. They sell the fur. So we can see just here an example of this. And this is another. Can we see here? This is the road, and we have like trees here and trees. And in the middle, can you see here? There is like a bridge. So this bridge, every period of time they have this bridge. Why do you think these have this bridge? Can you imagine something related to biodiversity? What do you think they have this bridge?
Transfer something?
Transfer?
No.
Transfer what? Okay. What they are going to transfer? What do you think they are going to transfer? Things? Oil? Oil? Huh? Yes, it's very, very thin. This is the bridge. Looking on the other side of the bridge. This bridge is for monkeys, you know? There are groups of monkeys that live in the other side, so they can go from one place to another, and they are not just interrupting their groups of monkeys where they live. So this is a way to maintain the wildlife in that place. When the project finish, what do they have to do? That's why before they start a project in that place, before they have these studies, the exploration part where they have the studies. First, they have multidisciplinary people in that place. They have biologists, they have forestry engineer, they have ecology, they have several kinds of disciplines, economists, sociologists, anthropologists, everything. They go into the place and they explore the place, examine the place. For example, if in the place they find certain species of vegetation, once the project is over, they have to plant the same species of vegetation. You know, the anthropologists, the sociologists, at the beginning, they find certain groups of people living. Their project have to be made in a way that they don't damage these kind of communities. In the past, they didn't have that kind of studies. That's why they just throw the produced water on the river, and they didn't care about the communities that they were living close to the project. But now, yes, they have to take care of this. The wildlife as well. In vegetation, some parts of the road, we can see this slope. So this slope, they try to put slope, and this is like, how can I say that, like biodegradable layer, and they put vegetation on it. So that makes that this vegetation, these trees that they are on inside, they don't fall. Once the vegetation is stuck into the ground, it's not going to let this vegetation to fall into the middle of the road. At the same time, we have some plants. They have some plants. Once they finish the project, they have to plant the same vegetation that I've mentioned before. And how do they take care of the collaborators in labor practices? Well, people that work for the communities. First of all, they have their personal equipment. You know, in this kind of jobs, they have to use their personal equipment, protectional personal equipment, because it's very dangerous to work there. They use helmets, long sleeves. They use boots into the jungle because and the boots at the end of the boots are very heavy, because at the end of the boots they have like iron,
Yeah.
steel. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know. It's like
Yeah. It's very heavy to handle that kind of thing. They try to do this in order to avoid any accident in the company. And at the same time, they have people, but they are not going to tell us directly why. They have they hire people. What's the name? QHS, no? Quality, health, and safety. That people, what are their functions? The people are hired from the company, and they have to look all the time that the people that work for the company are wearing their personal equipment. Because what happens if a worker is working and he lost his hand or his arm? What will happen? What do you think? Yes, the company have to pay an insurance for him. This is what they want to avoid. So they hire people especially to look to verify that no accident during this company. So, and they have long sleeves, right? Because this is a tropical weather. We have mosquitoes, we have these kind of things in this weather. See, there is like induction at the same time. Wait, they have medical checkup. Can you see here? This is a picture of each year the collaborator have to have the medical checkup. Everything is okay. Their hearts, their minds, their weight. If you are overweight, you are like warned. You have to lose weight. Otherwise, we are not going to have the contract for you next year. You have to lose your weight. Yes. This kind of thing. And at the beginning, in my case, at the beginning, before you get into the company, you have all of these examinations: your heart, your how can I say, psychological tests, your sight, your hearing, if your sense, everything is okay, and you don't have, what's the name of that when you go to the dentist to fix your
Tooth feeling.
cavities? You don't have to have any cavities, otherwise they cannot hire you. This is the regulation. And once you pass all of these tests, you have to have the vaccine for everything, because in that places you can find malaria, you can find hepatitis, you can find a lot of, in my case, for example, they put me in one time, they put me 2 shots and 2 shots. 4 shots the same day, the same moment. And I was like, yeah, that was terrible. Yeah, but it's part of the job. And then each year they have the medical checkup, right? The health insurance. 3 kinds of different types of insurance. If you have an accident in an airplane or helicopter, you have an insurance. If you have an accident during your work, you have another insurance. If you have an illness, you can go to the very, very expensive clinics and you can have this, how can I say, you can be patient of that kind of clinics and doctors, very, very expensive, that normal people cannot afford, and you pay just 5%, because the rest of them the company will cover. So there are things that in favor. Can you see this picture? They have induction. Induction talks every time. Induction every. What is the lifestyle of this person? They wake up at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. every day. No Saturday, no Sunday. Every day, even if it's your birthday, you have to work because you are there, right? So you go into the company for 28 days, some of them 28 days, some of them 14 days into that place, and every day they have to wake at that hour. 5:30, they have to go to the dining room, like a big dining room, to have breakfast. 5:30 each day. 15 to 6 a.m. they are in that induction place. So in the induction place, they receive information to be aware of the activities of the company. They are very, how can I say that? Every day they repeat, you have to be careful by using this machine. You have to be careful by wearing your personal protection equipment. You have to be careful by doing this. And they are very aware of doing that kind of things every single day. So here, at the same time, they have, for example, this picture, they are 2 anthropologists. During this time, 15 minutes every day, they have the participation of them. Because I mentioned before, they have the uncontacted people. What happens if they are going into the jungle and suddenly they find these uncontacted people? How is going to be your reaction? What are you going to say? Are you going to kill them? No way. So they receive training on how to react in front of that people if in case they find it. So every time they receive this kind of training, every day. And they work in communities, no? Communities that work next to the blocks of oil. This is a map, and yeah. So the project was in that place. Can you see? In that place? And there are two ways that the company can give money for them. Yeah, don't be confused. Have you ever heard about Canon? 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 Canon?
Cano. It's a ship.
Ship?
No?
No ship. What? Cliff? No. You make me remind something. Talking about the ship. In the past, for this project, hi Anna. For this project, usually they extract the oil by pipelines. Usually by pipelines. But because this project was kind of new, and the density of the oil was really thick, was really heavy, they extracted the oil with ships at the beginning. Like the ship at the beginning was like this, so they put the oil, but one time they have an accident.
Yeah.
There was like a
Leaking.
piece of iron,
Yeah.
and they go into the ship. So all the oil is split into the river,
Oh my
and
God.
that caused a problem. So what do they do now? Is like this is the ship. Oh, and they have like two layers, and this is empty. So if once they have another accident, they can penetrate until here, but the oil is here. So there is a way to avoid that kind of problems in environmental things, right? But now in communities, the way that they give money is by Canon. Canon is in my government. I don't know in Indonesia, probably it works differently. But all companies have to pay a big amount of money to the government. Why they have to do that? Why? Like a permission to operate in that place. The company was not Peruvian, was French. So they have to do that in the place. And the government distributes the money through the regional government, local government, and so on. That's why you are going to see the communities are very, very poor. And still they are really, really poor because the money that they goes from the national government to go to them, it takes a lot of time to go to there. They receive little money.
Yeah.
Another way to give money is the compensation. When the project is very near from the leaf, the company have to give the money to the community. And this money, for example, my title. I'm very lucky that this is the project, and just by this piece I have my title. It means that this area belongs to me, for example, belongs to me. The company, because just this piece, the company have to, what's the name of that? Rent. Rent, like rent. The company is renting me this piece just because it's inside. So the company have to give me a lot of money just because it belongs to me. So they receive, I remember that they receive every year, just one community of 200 people. Every year they receive $1 million. Yeah. So, and the government cannot do anything. It's just by the law, and they cannot. How can I say that? They cannot follow how that money is spent. They just give them because it's their right. So there are two ways to give money, and this is something. You know, this project was almost near to Ecuador, very far, very far from the city center. Just to go there, it takes 2 days by ship. It's very far. Just to have an idea, my region is probably 5 times more bigger than Taiwan. Just my region. So to reach that place, it's very far. So the government cannot reach that far places. Is it the same in Indonesia? Like very far places from the government?
Yes.
Do they have presence of the government, or do you have lack of presence of the government? In my case, we have a lack of presence of the government, lack of government's presence. So when communities see, they see that, oh, an enterprise, a business is coming and they have a lot of money, they think that the obligation for the company is to give them money as in whatever they need. Like, you know, they don't have good education, they don't have good health system, they don't have anything. They have a lot of necessity. So this is one problem. And they base their lifestyle in agriculture, hunting, fishing, and gathering fruits. What that company gives to them, I don't know if you have seen the example, because usually we tend to relate corporate and social responsibility with donations. The company has to give donations to the communities. They have to give everything what they need. And this is a toxic relationship, because once they give everything to them, the community get used to receive, and they do nothing at the end. And once they try to stop that, what happened? The communities start to have a protest. They protest, even they can close the operations because the protests are very strong. So the company, in order to avoid that, they try to have this 50-50 or win to win. Okay, we are going to help you whatever you need, but you have to work for that. For example, they give them like chicken for them. They give them chicken. Do you want to be part of the project? Okay, we are going to give you the chicken. We are going to give you engineers to assist your project. We're going to give you everything that you need, but you have to take care of the chicken. If the chicken dies, it's done. It's your problem. The idea is that you dedicate your life like funding, I want to say that, seed funding, seeds like seeds. So they can raise more chicken. If they want to sell their chicken after that, it's okay, and then you can grow this process, right? And they have some engineers specialized too. For example, we have projects with pigs, we have projects with chicken. At the same time, like this, you know, these guinea pigs, they don't, they are not pets. Here are pets, right? They're not, they eat them, eat.
Oh.
Yes.
Hamster itu, Pak.
So they have this kind of project, and we have this big fish as well, like some places to raise that kind of fish. So the company gives them everything, but they have to work. Once your animals are dying, it's done. It's your fault. We are not going to give you money. That's the point, right? And some projects with female as well, and some projects with some people, because some people they base their daily life in agriculture. And this is like a crop of pineapple from there. So here's the engineer to assist them. This is another example of, I would like to tell you something, because in the life you got some experiences. We have I know that you have a lot of communities like this, ethnic communities in Indonesia. In my community, they are very friendly, hospitable. They prepare like, how can I say that, something to drink, their traditional drink, can we say. But the way that they prepare is like that. They take the vegetable is like under the ground, like a carrot. The carrot is under the ground, like kind of that. They took it, they smash it, and they ferment it. But the way that they ferment it is using saliva. You know? They take the saliva. Yeah. Yeah. And so people who live in the city,
So fermented.
yeah, it's this fermentation process. Yeah. And then
Jeruk sama coba coba.
it's part. Once you get, okay, the engineer Danny is going to come. He is the representative of the project. Once you reach that place, they are going to give you, here, engineer, this is for you. What are you going to do?
Drink.
Drink?
Yeah.
Drink? We cannot say no. We cannot say no.
Anjir.
Because once you say no, they are not going to give you anything. If you need something later, forget it. They are not going to help you. It's a way to receive their friendship. But I will tell you a trick, a hack. You receive it. No. Just try to kiss, like pretend that you are drinking. Oh, thank you very much. You cannot say no. You cannot say no, definitely, if you don't. Because sometimes people are very sensitive with their stomach and they can have problems as well. But it was part. So, there is another example here. This is the hospital ship. There is no presence of the government in the middle of the jungle. So, they have this kind of ships. Here, they have like partnership between stakeholders. So we can see the representatives of the company and the representative of the Minister of Health and the representative of the Navy. So 3 of them, they join together and to run this project. So communities can receive attention from this ship. And not also have like health attention, like dentist or cardiologist or family doctor or what's the doctor specialty for women? This kind of doctor, gynecologist. But also they can have like bank, because in the middle of the jungle, where are you going to find bank? So the bank goes with them. So representative of the government agency goes with them as well. So what's the presence, a kind of the presence of the government in that place. Later on, the government saw this project and it was successful to reach far places. So they took the project and they implemented for other rivers as well. Here we can see their work. The gynecologist is trying to listen, or they are measuring. They receive attention for free. And remember, this was the prototype economies in the 50s, 60s, the social and environmental. And how is it now? Did we reach the ideal scenario of 3? Did we, or we are in the process? What do you think? What do you think? I think probably it's like this, right? A little bit bigger than before, because they take care of the social and environmental issues in the place now. Okay, well, that's all. Thank you so much.
regulations in Peru, because in Indonesia it's really different than in Peru, because as I know, like to lose our weight after we work, there's not people in Indonesia, because in Indonesia if we have work, maybe we will gain our weight rather than to lose our weight. That's true, right?
Yes.
Huh?
I think it is same in Indonesia.
Oh, it's the same.
Yes.
Oh, depend on what kind of company.
Every company is a high risk. For
Oh.
example, like petroleum and power plant. If you gain a lot of weight, you will not permitted to work.
Oh, that's my first time to know that. Because when I see like my friend who work in the electricity company, PLN, most of them is gain their weight.
This is
Because
the distribution, not in the power plant.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see.
Depends on the department.
Okay, and then also we can know how the regulation about CSR, right? Corporate social responsibility in Peru. Like we have to keep the animal inside the company, and also we have to what? We have to end anything else. And maybe if you guys have some questions about the last presentation, I will give you a chance for 3 people first.
When the company give them a seed of plant or a seed of little baby chicken and little pig, and then they need to sold not only for out by themselves but also need for sold to another place. Is it possible? Maybe they need to ask to the company to make a infrastructure like a road, like the smooth road to make a transportation good for
For their
yeah
pigs.
yeah for transfer their yeah.
Their pigs to other markets.
Yeah, other market,
The
yeah.
company helped them in
Oh,
that
I
sense.
see.
They provide us the service to
Station or the road.
transportation.
Oh, transportation.
Because all the time the company is going down and going up, because the communities are located next to the river, I told you, and the company have to transport all the materials to the base, which is definitely they are going to pass by that way, so they can help them whatever they need. There is an example. I told you that there are communities like that they receive a lot of money for 1 year, and they decided to make their enterprise, so their business. So let's make our service to transport. They bought their own ships, they bought everything, and the company, once they made legal that enterprise, that business, the company hired them. So they were working for the company and they were receiving money from the company.
Wow, it's a good question. Thank you. So, is there any question more? Oh, okay, Fidela.
I would like to ask Anna about what is your position in that company? What kind of responsibility that you do?
I was at the beginning. I was assistant community. So I work with the communities in the river. Later on, because I was a supervisor community, so we were like just, how can I say that? Going up, right? Yeah.
So, and another question is, what
Yeah.
is the most impressive experience that you have been received? Like the